92.3 Nigeria Info.
It's Thursday, February 12, 2026. INEC's continuous voters registration is on. Use the opportunity to register to vote. On the news this evening, court convicts and sentences to death killers of former Ahoda DPO. Family cries for justice as killing sparks protests in Gruta, Rivers State. INEC says it's ready for Rivers by-elections as 12 candidates emerge. Rivers launches marine ambulances for riverine and remote communities. And on the foreign scene, polls closed in first election since Gen Z protests ousted Bangladesh leader. Details of these and more will be reaching you in a moment. I am Okey, Onwugbonu. You're welcome back. Now, details of the news. A state high court sitting in Port Harcourt has convicted and sentenced to death by hanging 4 out of 13 individuals standing trial over the killing of the former divisional police officer of Ahoda East Police Division, SP Bako Angbashin. The court, presided over by Justice Sika Aprioku, also convicted and sentenced the sixth defendant, Samuel Onwugbonu, to 3 years imprisonment for conspiracy, while the third accused was discharged and acquitted of the 4 counts of conspiracy, murder, membership of secret cult group, and robbery. Recall that in June 2025, the police command in Rivers State says its operatives arrested 2 suspected cultists over the killing of Bako Angbashin. In September 2023, Angbashim, a superintendent of police, was killed when his team was ambushed while returning from an operation. Days later, Governor Siminalayi Fubara placed a 100 million naira bounty on Gift Okpara, otherwise known as Tubaba, and his gang for the murder of Angbashin. In February 2024, Okpara was killed during a joint security operation in Rivers State. In another development, the family of the Nchelem Festus has cried out for justice following his killing in the Gruta community, equated local government area of Rivers State. Correspondent Emeka Otuka visited the family at Omwolo community in Omweyi, Igruta, where he met with his father, Festus Ikechukwu, who described the disease as his only son and the breadwinner of the family. Said the pain of the loss is unbearable. The elder sister of the victim also joined in the call, demanding that those responsible be arrested and punished.
About 2 p.m. in the night, while I received the call saying my son don't die, I was marveled. Only son, if I need help, government will help me.
Government should help us in this matter. He's everything in my family. He is my mother, he is my father. Sometimes if I don't have any money, I don't have anything, I'll call my brother. My father had an accident. I know how much my brother spent. My younger sister is in school. I know how much my brother is spending. My brother is the breadwinner of this house. Government should help us and do something. These people that killed my brother shouldn't go for free. Shouldn't go scot-free. Aboki should go. Because if they remain, they're going to do more. This my brother is everything.
Women in the community also took to the streets to demand justice for the slain men and called for an end to the activities of herdsmen and cattle rearers in Igruta.
The Aboki killed our son, and that boy is an innocent boy. So we don't want them again. They are kidnappers. They rape our women in the farm. They do many things.
We support the decision of the shaman that bike should stop and the Aboki should leave Igruta entirely because for years my women have been crying. We have not been eating. When we put our crops in the ground, our aboki will carry their cow and go and finish our crop. Every year we spend our money on farming, getting to uproot it and to harvest it, to train our children. Before we get to the place, we will not see anything in our farm.
Earlier, youths in the area staged protests blocking both sides of the Gruta Road and disrupting movement and business activities. Shops were shut and vehicles were unable to pass as the protesters expressed anger over the killing of the secretary of Onwugbonu community, who was reportedly attacked by suspected northern motorcycle riders on Tuesday night. A youth leader, Emmanuel Gillett, spoke on behalf of the community.
Provocations and escalating violence by these criminal elements have made it clear that immediate actions is required to protect our people and restore safety. Therefore, as a peace-loving community, we hereby make the following demands. 1. Immediate stopping of all Aboki bike riders operation within the Gruta. 2. Closure of every scrap dump site in the Gruta that is operated by this same individual. 3. Prompt arrest and prosecution of all Aboki bike riders involved in the murder of Ncholem, Samuel Festive, and any other crime committed against our people. Number 4. All cattle raiders must vacate our land and all herdsmen must stay away from our bushes with immediate effect.
As tension rose, the chairman of Equator Local Government Area, Charles Onwugbonu, arrived in the community and restored calm. He assured residents that his administration will ensure justice for the victim and promised to address their concerns over insecurity and criminal activities linked to motorcycle riders.
We want a peaceful atmosphere in the Gruta. This place must be calm. The other ones we talked about kidnap and rape that is going on in the Gruta. The local government is not sleeping. We have been moving from one bush to another bush. I know many of you are not aware that we need the support of the community. One good thing that you have done here is that you didn't take the laws into your hands. I want to thank all of you that you would call the attention of government to take decision, to take proactive decision over this one, and that we are going to do. I can assure you, those who are involved in this, we will not leave it in the hands of police alone. The local government will sponsor and make sure they prosecute those people involved. Your messages given to us, we are not going to take them for granted. We'll make sure that we implement all of them because they are all what we are also requesting.
From community unrest to urban crime, the Rivers State Police Command has arrested 2 suspected armed robbers in Port Harcourt for allegedly luring young women via hookup apps to hotel rooms. The suspects, 27-year-old Albert Kukwete Hansen and 18-year-old Wisdom Okon from Abak in Akwa Ibom State, reportedly targeted women they thought were financially well off and tried to extort money from them. The scheme was uncovered when one victim raised the alarm through her friends, prompting hotel security to step in and rescue her. Police spokesperson Grace Iringi Koko is warning young women to be cautious online, avoid risky situations, and focus on skills that offer safer ways to earn a living.
A case was reported on the 21st of January 2026 where a youth with his accomplice, they went to a serious hotel and their modus of operandi is they will invite these girls via social media, engage girls, they will invite them to call, and they say their aim of specialty is they need a sophisticated girls that have good hairs, the girl that has phone from iPhone 15, that's the kind of girls they are looking for. They go from iPhone 15 and above, and if you're not using the kind of quality of phone from that iPhone 15, 13 to 16, 17, they don't need you.
On her part, one of the victims, simply identified as Faith, said she was contacted by a hotel worker in Port Harcourt who told her that a guest needed a commercial sex worker. She explained that on her arrival at the hotel, she was taken to a 2-bedroom apartment where the suspects were staying. Faith added that she met another female victim already tied and blindfolded and locked inside the toilet by the suspects.
One of them went downstairs to bring the other 3rd victim, which he has arranged with her, that were also lodged in that same hotel. These 2 of her friends came to our rescue, and that was when the staffs of the hotel were alerted that there was a robbery and kidnapping case going on in the hotel. So we were rescued. I was the last person to be rescued. My hands were finally on. Blindfolds were taken off. That was how they passed also to the police station.
Correspondent Albert said confronted crime.
How much have you made?
There's a particular, like 4 of them combination, which I made 80 million, which their phones, 5 Pro Max, jewelry. Apart from that, I've been making 3 million.
Moving to Okey, media aide to former Kaduna State Governor Nasiri El-Rufai says security agents attempted to arrest the former governor at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, as he returned from Cairo, Egypt. In a post on X, Adekeye alleged that operatives approached El-Rufai shortly after he disembarked from his flight on Wednesday, but he declined to accompany them in the absence of a formal invitation. It said the security agencies, however, snatched his international passport from an aide. Let's shift attention now to the coming by-elections in Rivers State. With 8 days to the 2 by-elections in Rivers State, the Independent National Electoral Commission says it is fully ready to conduct free, fair and credible polls. The resident electoral commissioner in the state, Professor Gabriel Yombere, gave the assurance during a meeting of the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security held at INEC's office in Port Harcourt. Yombere said the commission has completed all pre-election activities required by law and confirmed that 12 candidates have been cleared to contest the Kana Constituency 2 and Ahoda East Constituency 2 by-elections scheduled for next Saturday.
The nomination form and the list of candidates that will participate in this election were received by us, and we have made that also public. In this contest, it is of interest to tell the public that 12 candidates are participating in this election, drawn from 7 parties. Out of these 12 candidates, 7 are participating in Ahoda East 2 constituency, and 5 candidates are participating in Kana 2 constituency.
Correspondent Swebi Oruwari reports that the resident electoral commissioner also confirmed that the beavers devices to be deployed for the elections are ready for use.
I want us to inform the public that all beavers required for these by-elections in both local councils have been configured. Their cars have been inserted, they have been charged. The power banks also have been charged. In other words, the beavers are ready. They are good to go. And that personnel and materials for the election are moved to the polling unit on time.
We'll take a break now. When we return, Rivers launches marine ambulances for riverine and remote communities. Stay tuned. Simnalaye Fubara has described the role of surveyors as pivotal to the growth, development, peace and orderly governance of any society. Governor Fubara spoke at the National Conference of the Association of Private Practicing Surveyors of Nigeria, a subgroup of the National Institute of Surveyors. Represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Dr. Benibo Anabraba, the governor said the presence of surveyors in government ministries, departments and agencies ensures adherence to best practices.
The role of surveyors in governance is very pivotal to the growth, development and peace and order of a society, particularly as it affects land use and management, provision of infrastructure, environmental management, and conflict resolution. This is evidence in the presence of surveyors in government departments and offices such as the Office of the Surveyor General of Rivers State, the Ministries of Land, Physical and Urban Development, Housing, and the Greater Port Harcourt City Development Authority, amongst others.
On his part, the president of the Nigerian Institution of Surveyors, Pius Eze, urged all participants to optimize the opportunity for professional upgrading and networking.
Reaching this fourth national milestone is no small feat. It reflects a consistency of vision and a dedication to the welfare of private practicing surveyors who are quite literally on the front line of land administration and infrastructure development in Nigeria. By choosing a team centered on the oil and gas industry, you have demonstrated a keen understanding of where our profession must position itself.
Also, the national chairman of the Association of Private Practicing Surveyors of Nigeria, Semepriye Khalil, applauded the leaders and members of the association for the sacrifices in achieving the successes thus far. Correspondent Namdewala reports that the state chairman of the association, Andy Onwugbonu, acknowledged collaboration with relevant stakeholders to prevent the infiltration of quacks in the profession. To help stories, the Rivers State government has rolled out both ambulance services to strengthen emergency medical response across riverine and hard-to-reach communities. Speaking at the launch on Thursday, the State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Adeze Ore, described the initiative as a historic and impactful milestone in the state's healthcare delivery system. Represented by the Permanent Secretary of the Rivers State Ministry of Health, Dr. Justina Jumbo, the Commissioner said the deployment of the boat ambulances is a strategic intervention designed to bridge the gap and ensure that geography no longer determines survival.
Today marks yet another significant step towards our shared commitment to strengthening emergency medical response services in Rivers State, particularly for our riverine and hard-to-reach communities. For too long, distance and terrain has posed serious challenges in accessing timely medical care. The deployment of the boat ambulances is a practical and strategic solution designed to bridge that gap and ensure that geography no longer determines survival.
Dr. Ore added that through the Rivers State Emergency Medical Services and Ambulance System, the government is expanding its capacity to deliver rapid, professional, and life-saving emergency interventions across both land and water terrains.
This program will succeed largely through your continued partnership and community ownership. It represents a bold declaration of inclusiveness, preparedness, and responsiveness in our healthcare delivery system. Through REMSAS, we are expanding our capacity to provide rapid, professional, and life-saving emergency services across both land and water terrains, ensuring prompt medical intervention when every second matters.
The Vice Chairman, Global Fund Country Coordinating Mechanism, Dr. Ayo Epimoye, spoke on behalf of partners.
I think that what we are doing here today is really significant. Now, one of the problems we have had in assuring equitable access to health are the people from the hard-to-reach areas. And when we see a government like Rivers State government make significant investments and interventions to reach those who are traditionally excluded from access to health, we can just say congratulations. And as usual, Rivers State is blazing the trail. But when you see other states that
our correspondent reports that 2 boat ambulances were presented at the launch by the Rivers State government. As power supply improves in parts of Okey local government area, Council Chairman Chima Boniface Njoku is urging residents to check their homes' wiring ahead of a planned 24-hour power supply starting Friday morning. In a statement, Njoku said About Power will energize transformers across the area and households must ensure their electrical connections are safe to prevent electrocution or fire outbreaks. He specifically mentioned communities on Band A, including Akwoko, Umwola, Mba, Nihi, Odwofo, Afara, and Obibi, asking residents to look out for exposed wires, wrong connections, and other faults. Njoku advised anyone with faulty wiring to switch off their building's power supply until repairs are made. He also thanked residents for their cooperation during the reconnection of Okey to the national grid and urged careful use of electrical appliances as power is restored. The leadership of Okey ethnic nationality says the ethnic group has no affiliation with the Wakirike National Congress. The President General of the group, Silas Anyanwu, made this known in a statement while reacting to the correspondence in circulation signed by individuals representing the Wakirike National Congress, particularly paragraph 4, which wrongly associated the Okey people with the Wakirike National Congress. Dr. Anyanwu stated that Okey ethnic nationality is not a member, affiliate, or associate of the Wakirike National Congress, adding that any claim or implication suggesting otherwise is false, misleading, and should be disregarded by the public. The president said the only recognized and legitimate socio-cultural organization representing the Okey people is Okey ethnic nationality. The statement further added that the Okey ethnic nationality does not share boundaries, heritage, or communal affiliation with the people of Okrika. He said the group respects the customs and internal affairs of all neighboring nationalities and will not permit the inclusion of Okey ethnic nationality in any activity or representation without their express consent, because such actions are unacceptable and will be firmly resisted. The chiefs and elders, women and youths of Onwugbonu community in Ogbogoro Town, Rivers State, have congratulated their illustrious son, Dr. George Wadike, on his appointment as the rector of Kanule Benson Sarawiwa Polytechnic Bori. And a statement signed by the BOT chairman of the Onwugbonu Community Development Association, Harry Honda Amadi, the community expressed joy and pride over Dr. Wadike's new role, describing his appointment as well-deserved and a statement to his dedication and professional excellence. They wished him continued success and growth as he assumed leadership of the institution. The community also extended heartfelt appreciation to Governor Siminalayi Fubara for finding Dr. Wadike worthy of the appointment. They commended the governor for his commitment to merit-based leadership and prayed for God's continued blessing, strength, and wisdom upon him in the years ahead. EcoBank Nigeria has launched the EcoBank Business App, a new digital banking platform designed to strengthen the growth and sustainability of small and medium enterprises across Nigeria. The app allows business owners to manage payments, monitor transactions, oversee cash flows, and run day-to-day financial operations directly from their mobile devices, eliminating delays, queues, and operational inefficiencies. The new application is now available on Google Play Store and Apple App Store. Speaking at the launch in Lagos, Kola Adeleke, Executive Director, Consumer and Commercial Bank, said the EcoBank Business App was developed to address the unique challenges faced by Nigeria's diverse SME landscape. He explains that the platform delivers faster payment collection and caters to traders, retailers, tech startups, online businesses, hospitality operators, farmers, agro-processors, manufacturers, and organizations that require transparent and efficient financial management. He adds that professionals such as lawyers and consultants can issue invoices and receive payments easily, while schools and associations can streamline fees, dues, and reporting from a single platform. The launch aligns with EcoBank's push to re-energize dormant SME accounts, deepen market penetration, promote digital adoption, and scale value chain financing through partnership with corporate anchors. And our news from the foreign scene: votes are being counted in Bangladesh after his first election since student-led protests ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in 2024. More than 2,000 candidates are vying for 350 seats in parliament, though none from the banned Awami League of Hasima, who fled after 15 years in power after a brutal security crackdown in which hundreds of protesters were killed. Results are expected on Friday, and there's widespread hope among voters of a return to democracy. And that's our package on the news this evening. You heard that the State High Court has convicted and sentenced to death 4 killers of former Ahoda DPO Bako and Bashim. You also heard that the family is crying out for justice as killing sparks protests in the Gruta River State. INEC says it is ready for the February 21 Rivers by-election as 12 candidates emerge. We also told you the Rivers State government has launched 2 marine ambulances for riverine and remote communities. On the foreign scene, we told you the polls have closed in the first elections. Gen Z protests ousted Bangladesh leader. And that was the news as edited by Martha Okey. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp message to 0808 Onwugbonu. Good evening and many thanks for listening.